After all, it was an accident that they died anyway. We're just changing the type of accident. Isn't that right? We can think up any story we want. By chance, the rest of us will happen to be in a hidden mansion tomorrow night. Then, when the explosion accident occurs, we'll be lucky enough to survive. That story should work. Just what sort of story are you planning on? What logical reason do we have to be on an unknown... What kind of story could explain how the two of them alone remained here while the rest of us conveniently went to the hidden mansion and managed to escape? That's what we've got to think up now, stupid Rosa. You're kind of a bitch. I mean, aside from the fact that you just killed your brother and his wife. I mean, I guess that's kind of obvious. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as we all agree to it. I'll think of something. I am thinking. You all think too. Someone think of something. Calm down, Ava. I'll think about it, and so will everyone else. We'll definitely think of something, and it'll all work out. We'll share the burden. You won't have to carry it all yourself. It'll all be okay. It will. I know we'll think of a good excuse. I'm pretty sure at some point, someone picked up a gun, and it's just going to blow Ava's head and Hideyoshi at the same time, and then be like, yep, they killed Kraus and Natsui, and then we killed them to save our own lives. The end. And we don't have to like make up a story to the police about any fucking explosion that would destroy all fucking the gold. Like, oh, we're arguing about how to split the gold. Now we won't be able to have the gold because there was a giant explosion. What kind of excuse? We took the kids and all the servants to go exploring an underground passageway, leaving just the two of them behind? I mean, Rosa, I agree. I agree with the logic of what you're saying here. But before we call out the bitch for being, I don't know, a bitch and stupid, maybe we should convince everyone to unload the guns before we have this discussion. Because someone's going to shoot someone else. Probably not an accident. So can we unload the guns first before we continue having an angry discussion? Maybe there should never be people having angry discussions while loaded guns. Like I feel like if you're going to have angry discussions, you should unload the guns first. And the rest of us all decided to spend the night in the hidden mansion. How could any excuse work? It's insane. And thinking up that insane thing is our job. Why are you acting like this has nothing to do with you? You think of something too. Nason. Just like how it should be normal that you should be really sad over them dying, it would also be very normal that we'd all be very angry and paranoid of you. Let me ask you a question. If you blow up the island, what will happen to this gold? Well... We've finally gotten our hands on 20 billion yen of gold, and you want to blow it all away? We can just carry it away. Yeah, that's right. The explosion will happen tomorrow at midnight. We have a full day. If we all carry it together, we might... You realize there's 10 tons of it, right? Just how much you think our small group can carry back and forth across this long underground passage that goes all the way across the island? You're being absurd. Here, we have this card, right? The card's worth 1 billion yen. That one woman, the one that the woman gave us. We'll just carry as much gold as we can. We have the card with 1 billion yen on top of that. If we split that 3 ways, we'll have more than 300 million each. That should be enough for all of our purposes. I don't like it. You don't like what? We have a mountain worth 20 billion yen right here. Why should we be satisfied with just 300 million each? I mean, weren't you all bitching earlier you didn't want to settle for 2.5 billion earlier? We're Rosa. Ava's face twisted in anguish. It was met by Rosa's look of cold unconcern. If we gave Kraus Nissan his share, we'd each have a share of 5 billion. Subtract the 300 million yen from the card and the rest of my shares 4.7 billion. If you agree to pay that much to me, then you can do whatever you want with this mountain of gold. What do you think you're saying? So you don't intend to cooperate? Nay-san, please calm down and listen. This plan will let both of us leave with the maximum amount of money. What? I want you to go to the police and turn yourself in, admitting that you got into a scuffle and the gun went off. You know, tell the truth. Are you crazy? I don't want to go to the police. Maybe you should have thought of that before holding a fucking loaded gun. Again, guns are important. But again, it depends on the purpose. Like, oh, are you being attacked by a pack of wolves? Is China invading the mainland of Japan or America? Are space aliens attacking you? Are burglars breaking into your house? These are all acceptable reasons to use a gun to shoot another person. Not, I'm angry, and I'm going to start yelling at someone with a gun, who is also your fucking relative. It's one thing if like a foreign nation's invading, or wild animals are trying to murder you, or random burglars are breaking into your home with the intention of murdering you and all your family. That's fine. Heck, even like you're walking down the street and someone mugs you and you shoot them so they don't mug you. That's acceptable. Heck, you can like driving a car and you're surrounded by people that are all going to murder you. Yes, take out the gun, shoot them. Not, you got angry at someone, pulled out a gun, and there was a scuffle. I mean, this is your own fault, Ava. Like, there are acceptable uses of guns. This is not one. One, gun safety is important. Two, it's also important not to be a bitch. You know, just saying. You're the one who chose to pick up the gun in a room filled with just you and your relatives. Like, it'd be one thing if they picked up the gun and they were going to hurt you, or you had some reason to be fearful they were actually going to kill you or something. It's perfectly acceptable to use a gun if it's legitimately self-defense. This was not self-defense, Ava, and you instigated and initiated it at every fucking point. You are entirely to blame, Ava. Yes, you didn't point the gun at the person and pull the trigger, but you created the circumstance that led to this. So it's not first-degree murder. I mean, at most, you might be able to like get it down to negligent homicide. But, I mean, you have $20 billion worth of gold. I'm pretty sure you can get a good enough lawyer. Of course, we don't want to say that the crime happened here. The police would find the gold. Yes, how about the rose garden? It's pouring rain now, so the police probably won't find any contradictions at the crime scene. I'll let you think of an excuse for why you and Nissan started fighting while you were holding guns in the rainy rose garden. Which, again, sounds a bit outlandish, but not as outlandish as what Ava was trying to suggest earlier. Please don't try to get us and our shares involved just because you want to hide your own crime. Rosa! It's not so bad, right? After all, it's not like they'll keep you in jail for several decades. It was an accident, right? You'll be able to get out after just a few years. When you've paid for your sins and come back, then you can do whatever you want with your $5 billion. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not like it's first-degree murder, but it was still technically a homicide. So, like I said, I'm not sure what it would really be classified as. But again, it would probably only be a few years as opposed to life. So, yeah, I'm not really sure on that, but like again, there's a difference between first-degree murder and, negligent manslaughter? Negligent manslaughter? I don't know. Like, obviously, she was being very reckless with the gun and being very negligent with it. She was very stupid and did... But the question is, like, okay, how does that classify? And I imagine the whole family say, like, yeah, we were there. She got emotional. And... But at the same time, Ava, shouldn't you want to go to jail? I mean, shouldn't you feel guilty about what you did and feel like this is the bare minimum you should do to atone? Like, you did do a bad thing. Your brother is dead. It is your fault. Shouldn't you feel bad about this, Ava? Also, actually, there's been a remarkably, like, there's no one crying here. Like, I mean, I understand we're all, like, adrenaline high and shit, but... Like, Rosa, Grouse is your brother too. You too, Rudolph. I mean, heck, even the people that are not related by blood. I mean, 2 people died. Shouldn't you be, like, sad and crying? Like, you guys seem a little too calm for this. Why is no one crying? No, I'd never do that. What would happen if we were arrested? What would happen to my husband's company? Who cares about that company? You have $5 billion! With 5 billion yen, working any longer would just be a waste of time, right? I mean, you're at least trying, but again, maybe we should have unloaded the guns before this? Rosa had never intended to go along with Ava's proposal. If it was a question of maximizing each person's portion, no one had anything to gain from an explosion accident. An explosion would conceal Kraus and Natsui's deaths, and it would serve no further purpose. From Rosa's perspective, the ideal outcome would be for them to confess to their crimes without any unnecessary tricks. I mean, I'm sure they'll agree to that. And no one else will die in this story.